Yeah. Yeah. Streaming live to the world. Only a few people will actually be watching, but it doesn't matter.
See about that. There's the Facebooks. There you go. Means live on YouTube. There's the YouTube. Make sure we do that right.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. I do need to start one of these up. So, it's that wonderful time of the season, everybody, where the most delicious, flavorful things are coming out, such as pumpkin mochas.
And
Yeah.
and pumpkin other things.
Yeah.
It's basic bitch season.
Yeah.
Which means pumpkin spice is everywhere.
Yeah. I love that pumpkin
Jesus.
spice shit. I love it. Love it. I love all the really weird shit that most people won't eat, like licorice, pickles, pumpkin spice, all that basic bitch shit. Love it. Fucking love it.
Gross.
Just delicious. Delicious. Pickles, dill pickles in particular.
Dun-dun, dun-dun, dun-dun.
How do you feel about black licorice?
Gross.
Okay, yeah. See, there you go. I fucking love black licorice, man.
Gross.
Can't get enough of it.
Gross.
And people get like viscerally angry with me about that stuff
It's
too.
gross.
They're all like,
What's wrong with you?
eat that shit? And I'm all like, yes. It's wonderful.
It's disgusting.
I've had people make me that all that artificial flavor stuff. Oh, it's just great.
I love red vines, but black licorice is disgusting.
I seem to remember getting my acquiring my flavor for black licorice during one of my parents' stints of trying to stop smoking.
Really?
And one of the things that we constantly had around the house was blackjack chewing gum. I don't know if anybody's ever had blackjack
that
chewing
stuff is
gum.
disgusting too.
But yeah, so I would just grab like a stick or two of that at a time, and oh my goodness, man, fucking lovely.
Gross.
And yeah, after a while, you just get used to it, and you start, picking up black licorice just to enjoy.
Gross. Something wrong with you.
I agree.
Let's see here.
Oh yeah, getting a heart reaction.
Do, 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 do.
Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah.
I gotta re-record
Getting
that.
started here in just a fucking minute. Just hold your goddamn horses.
Hold your goddamn horses.
We've got a lot to talk
doing
about
it.
tonight. We've got a
Ton of
really,
shit.
really big show. We have a beefy, meaty script. We got a big show for you. We got a whole lot packed in tonight.
Yeah, we got a little bit of local news for you. We'll talk
Oh,
about Props 1 and 2 getting passed, eliminating those taxes
Right.
that we desperately needed to have eliminated.
There's all kinds of good stuff. Oh yeah, I got a Brandon. Let's
Oh,
go,
yeah.
Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon. Of course, we got some Alaska shit for you about, Anchorage getting a special delivery from the fine folks up north on the North Slope.
Mm-hmm.
The typhoon here in Alaska didn't just destroy and displace. It actually uncovered some pretty historical stuff,
Yeah.
to say the least there. Mary Peltola is leading Dan Sullivan in one of the latest little surveys that got released. We'll talk about that survey. Now, to be honest, it has a little bit of a left-leaning bias, but, at the same time, I think it's kind of indicative of what's going on here in the country here. We've got our State of the Nation. My man over here is going to go over it. Things are not good. Mr. No New Wars may be getting us into some new wars.
Oh, yeah.
Some pretty big ones. And he's pardoning convicted criminals,
yep,
as he usually does.
And the New England Patriots are 6-2 now, and I got some new drip. Let's fucking go.
Let's get it done.
Stars of gold on the field of blue. Alaska's flag, may it be to you. The blue of the sea, the evening sky, the mountain lakes,
and the flowers nearby.
gold of the early sorghum streams,
The precious gold of the hills, the streams, the brilliant stars in the northern sky, the bear, the dipper, and shining eye, the great North Star with its steady line, or land and sea, a peak and bright.
Alaska's flag to Alaskan steel, the simple flag of a last frontier.
Oi! Yo,
Yeah, dude.
let's start off
Yeah.
with some super local news here in Juneau, Cap City, Alaska. Props 1 and 2 have passed, eliminating the sales tax on food and utilities and capping property taxes.
That was a good move.
Proposition 3 failed miserably. That one,
Good.
sponsored by the Assembly, sought to implement a seasonal sales tax.
Well, I think everybody was kind of like, wait a second, you're gonna hike
Right.
us in the summer
Right.
for these fuckers coming into town. I
Right.
mean, come on.
Right. And that season lasts longer too. The tourist season lasts longer and longer each year. So yeah, that's a no-go. A Juneau Economic Development Council study states the municipal government will lose about $12.44 million a year, and households will get an extra $944 a year due to the outcome.
Yeah, a lot of people were complaining about that. I remember going over the Juneau Community Collective page, and you know, everybody's all like, "We're losing on all this money," and it's all like, "There's a way,
Right. There's
we can balance it out."
Right. It's not that the city doesn't have money. It's that the city spends their money on shitty fucking things.
Well, and that's
The
why I'd
city
like
is-
to try to get Nano on the show at some
Right.
point. Nano, if you're out there and you're watching the show, please come,
Right.
come back on and chat with us.
We'll
a
get
little
them
bit
on.
about
We'll
it.
figure it out. Yeah. But the city has implemented things that went on the ballot and everybody voted no, and then the city went and did it anyway. Like shit like that. Like what's that? That gondola.
Oh yeah,
Bad idea.
Bad idea.
New city hall.
Yeah, the whole new city hall things, and this is kind of wrapped up into that whole this whole Prop 1 and 2. There's a little bit more that needs to be done regarding that.
Yep. And our boy Nano Brooks beat out Wade Bryson in the election.
Nano.
Now all eyes are on the residents of Telephone Hill, which is scheduled for demolition next. Mayor Beth Weldon told the Juneau Independent that the talk among Juneauites about the election results, meaning we're going to have a do-over of decisions involving years of detailed work, just isn't realistic. She says that's one of the things that people, I don't think, understand. Telephone Hill is going to keep going forward. We're still going to look to the Burns building. If people think we have a choice, they just need to spend any amount of time in City Hall and realize that we don't have a choice. But
well, I know we kind of put ourselves in that position of no longer having a choice when at first we did have a choice.
Right.
That's kind of what we're saying at this point is the decisions that were made were really bad. Some of them we may have to pull back on.
Yeah. Jeff Geldof, he's an attorney here in Juneau, right? And he said it would be pretty stupid of the Assembly to ignore the voters. He says, why on earth the Assembly would double down on dumb in light of the results of ballot measures 1 and 2 and the big rejection of their silly seasonal sales tax is a question that is probably better answered by a psychiatrist.
Wow, that was pretty damn blunt, was it not?
Bro, thank you, Joe.
That was basically taking a shillelagh over the head of everybody who's asking the question.
Say it louder for the folks in the back.
Yeah. So, I mean, I know we throw around the word referendum a lot, but this kind of was a referendum on, hey,
Yeah.
listen, we're in a really tight spot.
Shit is fucked up.
We can't keep increasing mill rates, increasing taxes, and keep putting people in this position of like having to make decisions on, do I pay an electric bill or do I pay the water bill or do I pay the trash bill?
Right. Especially with the way the economy is in this country right now,
and
the way it's going to be in the future,
and I know
the near future.
Most people, like, you know, a lot of people would not understand the position also that homeowners are in at the moment, with their property taxes continuing to skyrocket.
It's just ridiculous.
It's like, yeah, man, we need to pull back the reins on this a little bit. So that's what this vote was all about.
Yeah.
So again, great on our attorney over here.
And good job, Juno. Good job, Juno, for making the right decisions.
Good job.
Even though not very many of us turned out to vote, but you know, I got my vote in.
Yeah.
I got my vote in. That's for fucking sure.
Mail-in voting.
Shit. I went and dropped it right off at the fucking Valley Library.
Nice.
Yeah. So we got some more Alaskan shit here. In Anchorage got a special delivery on Friday from the North Slope, right? Totes full of thousands of pounds of meat and fish for villagers that were displaced by Typhoon Halon.
At the Alaska Airlines freight office in Anchorage,
Just drop the pallet in there. Can you drop the pallet in there?
there's a lot to load. More than a dozen totes and boxes.
You can see caribou, muck duck, whale meat.
Filled with the bounty of living off the land.
We call it soul food because when you eat that stuff, there's a certain spiritual connection to the animal.
North Slope Borough Mayor Josiah Puckaduk says the destruction in western Alaska was hard to see, but it reinforced an important value in his Inupiaq culture.
You can't just sit by while somebody's going through something when you have the ability to help.
The community came together, donating nearly 2,000 pounds of subsistence foods, including recently caught whales. Volunteers spent hours processing the meat and dividing it into portions that families stuck at Anchorage could enjoy.
That's fucking Alaskan right there.
Alaska takes care of its own. If we can do it, we'll fucking do it, you know?
How much pride.
Yeah.
How much pride.
The least we can do is at least share our cultural foods, which they're a little different, but I think it's
still food, man.
It's the same that it comes from your backyard, right?
And perhaps more importantly, it comes from the heart,
I think it should go a long ways.
with the hope
Hell
that
yeah.
providing care and nourishment for those uprooted by the storm can also help them heal. Lauren Maxwell, Alaska's news source.
Man, that just makes me so happy to be an Alaskan and live where I live.
Right.
That's fucking sweet.
You know? We're all one big state, yo.
Yeah.
Just,
yeah.
And as big as we are, you know, things like this happen and you see the tight-knit communities come together and help out.
There's not many of us, man. There's what, like 700,000 of us?
Yeah.
There's not many of us here in this gigantic fucking place that's always trying to find a way to kill you.
All we got is each other, you know?
Yeah. This is the kind of fucking togetherness that we need to start sending out to the rest of the nation.
Right. And the typhoon, you know, it didn't just destroy and displace everything. You know, it actually wound up revealing some amazing Alaskan history. Flooding and the storm surges from ex-Typhoon Halon's landfall earlier this month exposed over 60 feet of beach in the western Alaskan village of, oh God, I'm going to get this wrong, Quinnipiac, revealing thousands of indigenous artifacts. Rick Kencht, archaeologist and acting director of the Nunalak Museum, says the site is special because of permafrost. It's preserved all of these wooden and organic artifacts until now, and artifacts that are very rarely preserved in archaeological sites. The artifacts, which Kenneth said were 500 to 600 years old, were first discovered by Jimmy Jones, who was a local resident.
Here he is, holding up the mask, man.
Yep. After coming across several pieces of debris and driftwood near the dig site, Jones said that he discovered a wooden mask in the sand. After the mask was discovered, Jones said that he and his friend continued searching the beach, recovering a wooden spoon and several mammoth teeth, and the handle of an uluk, which is a knife traditionally used by women. And as more and more artifacts continued to be discovered, archaeologists and community members quickly began working to preserve them.
Here we go. Let me get his video up
It is
there.
special because because of permafrost. It's preserved all these wooden and organic artifacts until now. Artifacts are very rarely preserved in archaeological sites. They're about 500 to 600 years old. And so wooden artifacts are spread up and down the beach from that erosional episode with the typhoon. So far, we've recovered about 1,000 artifacts, much of them from volunteers from the village who rushed out immediately. They include some things that are real cultural and historical treasures, like
that's
complete
crazy.
bentwood masks, bowls, all the artifacts of daily life, kayak frame parts, even pieces of leather clothing. These are organic artifacts, and although they look like they're in great shape, they're actually being held together by water. So if they dry out on their own or on the beach or in somebody's house, they'll fall apart very quickly. So what we're doing now is soaking them in fresh water to remove the marine salts, and then we'll soak them in a chemical polyethylene glycol, which is kind of a wax that will replace the water in the wood, and so when it dries, it'll still hold together.
That's fucking cool.
So you
That's
can see,
cool.
like, scientific discovery,
Right.
historical discoveries right here in the state of Alaska
Yeah.
over a storm.
Yeah, a small bright spot in the devastation. That's cool though. That's cool. So, like we mentioned earlier, Mary Peltola, she's winning. She's kicking ass here. Hypothetical 2026 election matchup was released by Alaska Survey Research Group last week. It shows that Mary Peltola is leading Dan Sullivan 48 to 46 with a 6-point margin of undecided voters. Apparently, she's also the favorite to take the governor's race, which, according to the survey, would come down to Mary and Lieutenant Governor Nancy Dahlstrom. In that hypothetical matchup, Mary crushes and cruises over Nancy 65 to 35. So,
Yeah, she may
That's-
just get back into it. Like, I know that Republicans probably thought that they had gotten rid of her because due to this win. I think they just, I think they're underestimating that Mary could get back into this.
Right.
So she has two pathways back to D.C. with the Senate and, of course, being a voice as a governor for our state. So right. there, that's, that's wild to think that, like, the swing has happened that quickly.
and that wildly, like,
That's
65
crazy.
to 35 over the lieutenant governor. Like,
Yeah.
wild.
And even if you have a small number that you're surveying there, that's still pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Because if you're making your survey randomized,
Right.
especially in a red state like Alaska,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
that's pretty impressive.
Tony Knowles was our last Democratic governor.
That's right. He was the last. I mean,
Yeah.
well, yeah. I mean, because
Walker and Malott was
Walker and Malott were
Malott
considered
was a
independent,
Democrat,
right?
but Walker was an independent. or
That's
some
right,
shit like
because he
that.
came in as
But he was an
independent.
independent who was formerly a Republican.
Wild.
So that's what made their
wild.
ticket so special.
This is so wild that this
Right.
state could be a key battleground state when it comes to not only a governorship,
Right.
but a midterm Senate election.
Right. Now, the Republicans have a 3-seat advantage in the Senate, right? So that means Alaska could very well wind up being a key battleground in the midterms if Mary decides to run for Senate. Now, it's important to note that Alaska Survey Research Group is an Anchorage-based firm that, according to the media ratings, is considered left-center, and their credibility rating by fact check is high credibility.
Okay.
But as we have seen in recent history, the numbers always say one thing and the results wind up being another. And that's America for you.
Yes. Because that son of a bitch.
I don't know what it said. I don't remember.
And that's like how he dances now, too.
It is.
He's doing the dance like everywhere. It's like,
Everywhere.
bruh.
Man. Oh. We got
Thank
We
you,
got-
James.
so much to talk about. James,
Through the Ouija board.
through the Ouija board, the
He
EOR
says
podcast
yes.
Ouija board. He
It's
says
true.
yes. He wants us
You
to
can't
use
prove
this
it's not.
song. It's all true.
Good Lord, this country's fucked up.
Orenthal James Simpson not guilty of the crime of murder.
If you hold near and dear to you that you anyway.
Good
Yeah,
Lord.
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, just,
Anyway.
country's fucked. I guess we just let it go.
Well, anyway.
Old man rides off into the sunset.
Well, anyway. Ah, shit.
America,
Well-
what the fuck are we doing here?
The state of the nation. It's not good.
It's not good.
It's not good. No. Crime is legal if you're a Republican. Mr. No New Wars is getting us into wars. Donnie steals another $230 million from the taxpayers. ICE really turned out to be the enemy from within.
Pretty much, yep.
Holy shit. And Nazis are on both sides of the aisle.
Because you remember that Democratic campaign for senator where he had the death's head tattoo
Right.
on his chest.
Right. Whoops.
Whoops.
Meanwhile, we here at the EOR podcast are keeping a level head. So let's get into it, right? So, as stated before, apparently crime is legal if you're a Republican. Everyone remembers George Santos, right?
I remember.
You remember George Santos?
I remember.
He's the guy who committed 72 counts of wire fraud, including but not limited to filed false FEC reports, embezzled donor funds, stole the identities of 11 people, including his own family members, and committed credit card fraud, claimed unemployment benefits while he was employed, lied to Congress about financial disclosures. He was sentenced to 7 years in prison, one of the most obvious political criminals of all time. Trump pardoned him.
Yep,
Why?
yep. Well,
Why?
commuted his sentence.
Well, right. And he got released. He basically got pardoned.
Yeah,
right?
he got pardoned.
But why? Because MAGA is pro-crime,
Of course.
but only for rich people.
Only for the rich.
You
and
get
only
it?
for people
Right.
who give the president a nice little hand job.
Exactly. Posting on his Truth Social page, Trump said Santos had the courage, conviction, and intelligence to always vote Republican.
That's what this is all about, tribalism.
Yep. George has been in solitary confinement for long stretches of time and by all accounts has been horribly mistreated. Therefore, I just signed a commutation releasing George Santos from prison immediately. Good luck, George. Have a great life.
Good luck, George. Have a great life. See you later. It's like, what the fuck are we doing here?
Right. So,
Seriously, it's like, what other criminal is going to get this sort of treatment? I mean, if all the criminals
Wow.
in the prison system had the ability
Wow.
to vote Republican, all of a sudden started voting Republican,
Right.
would you let all these fuckers go?
yes, he
They
would.
did it for the January the 6th rioters.
Why
so
not?
I guess, why not, man?
I mean, Santos is only the 10th GOP congressman to get a pardon from Trump. The other 9 were also convicted of crimes. Chris Collins of New York, insider trading. Duncan Hunter out of California, campaign corruption. Steve Stockman out of Texas, campaign corruption. Ricky Renzi out of Arizona, campaign corruption. Robin Hayes out of North Carolina, perjury, lying to the FBI. Mark Silander out of Michigan, obstruction, perjury, lying to the FBI. Duke Cunningham, California, bribery. Michael Grimm, New York, tax evasion. John Rowland, Connecticut, campaign corruption, and tax evasion.
And see, these are all the crimes that these guys are really into. They really like to fuck people out of their money. Normal, good, honest, hardworking American citizens who go out of the way to try to donate to a campaign, to a person that they think is going to go to Washington, D.C. to represent their best interests. And instead of what they do is they go around and they just fuck you out of your money. And Donnie is loving this shit, every minute of it, because that's his thing. Everything that he does is about fucking you out of your money. The man even just, not even just, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about how he's going to fuck you out of your money.
Joe Pesci was absolutely right. They fuck you in the hospital. First they drug you, and then they fuck you. And then when they're done fucking you, along comes the insurance company and just fucks you some more.
No shit.
And it's the same thing with the government. But this is what we would expect from a petty criminal like Donald Trump. The man literally just stole $230 million from the public, right?
Literally, not joking.
Right.
Donnie hustled us out of $230 million.
Right. Donnie wants the Department of Justice. The Department of Justice that he appointed to pay him $230 million in compensation for the federal investigations against him.
Why do you deserve compensation for being investigated for a crime crimes you clearly committed?
Even though he's been convicted multiple times of falsifying business records, which is a federal felony, he wants the DOJ to pay him for being a criminal. The New York Times reports Trump submitted claims in 2023 and 2024 seeking damages stemming from the investigation into Russian interference in 2016 and his prosecution for stealing classified documents at the end of his first term. Representative Jamie Raskin, who is investigating this as ranking Democrat on the House Judiciary Committee, says this is a violation of the Emoluments Clause. No shit, his entire presidency has been in a violation of the Emoluments Clause.
Every step of the way, his business is making money off of the presidency.
He's
of the
made
United
$5
States.
billion since he's been in office.
He's
off
got
his fucking
millions,
office.
Millions and millions from Saudi Arabia, Qatar to go to his hotels.
A $3 billion crypto investment scam.
Give me a fucking break. The crypto scam, yeah, of course.
$3 billion alone.
Fucked his people out of their money.
Smoked them.
So when he reposts like little memes of him flying in a jet, shitting on the American people, he fucking means it.
Yeah, it's not just Democrats.
Yeah.
That's the thing you motherfuckers don't get. You're not fucking paying attention.
I know. Right?
You're just like, oh, it's all great. Trigger the libs.
I mean, and of course, I had completely... Of all the shit that's been going on with this guy, I almost forgot. Yeah, he stole top secret documents and showed rich people top secret documents. Rich people who are not even from our fucking country.
Australians, right? Wasn't it Australians?
Yeah. And, with all these security leaks, I'm pretty sure our allies in Israel are loving the treasure trove of information that they're getting from this administration.
Now, what's the Emoluments Clause, you may ask? Well, if you're uneducated or maybe you're just a little behind on things, the Domestic Emoluments Clause says that the president may not receive any compensation at all from the U.S. government or the states beyond his official salary. This means he cannot be ordering government officials to write checks to the president.
Exactly. Pay me some money. Pay me money.
Right.
And the guy goes out and he fucking demolishes sections of the goddamn White House so he can build his shitty little fucking ballroom.
It's
the demand that he gets fucking paid his money.
It's all about leaving his physical imprint on history.
I know,
That's
right?
all that
he
is, bro.
So desperate for it, and he talks about it
and
ad nauseum.
Didn't that cost? Isn't the price for that $230 million?
Yeah, just about the same amount of money that he needs. To make this all work is the amount of money he wants the DOJ to pay him.
That's a little weird.
So that's a little fucking slimy.
That's a little fucking weird, don't you think?
Not even weird. It's just fucking brazen in your face. And I know, man. You Trump dick riders. You just be out there fucking riding that dick.
Right.
Doesn't matter what this guy does and how he fucks you.
These guys are getting fucked raw in the ass by Trump and pointing at other people and going, ha, you're getting fucked. That's what these motherfuckers are doing, right? And then Steve Bannon, this motherfucker.
Get ready, America.
This motherfucker, he just says it, right? He just says it. Get ready, America. The dictator for one day has eyes on dictator for another 4 years. And Steve Bannon is all in for Trump 2028. It was never just a joke.
Term in order to see that job through.
Well, he's going to get a third term. So Trump 28. Trump is going to be president in 28. And people just ought to get accommodated with that.
Wow. Going for the preemptive treason approach, huh? Bold move. Let's see if it works out for him.
I mean, they'll get to the right points.
What about the 22nd Amendment?
Right.
There's many different alternatives. At the appropriate time, we'll lay out what the plan is. But there's a plan, and President Trump will be the president in 28.
Bro, these guys are going to start a fucking false flag or get us into fucking World War III.
They're right in your fucking face about it now. They're just not even hiding it. They don't care. You knew he was going to do this because he already made merch.
Right. And they're going to do that shit because Donald Trump has talked to other world leaders who are like, oh, yeah, war in my country, no more elections until war is over.
Yeah.
Bruh.
I'm sure Vladdy Boy is giving him a few ideas, whispering in his ear. I'm sure Xi is out there kind of, subtly whispering a few things in his ear. I'm sure Benji is over there whispering a few things in his ear.
I hate to be the conspiracy guy, but
well, you know
what I'm saying.
But there was a time when we were talking about things like Jade Helm and all that good stuff, and people were all like, "Well, you guys are crazy," and it's all like, "Well, yeah."
But you train the way you fight.
It's crazy. It's insane, right? And then all of a sudden, here these guys are, man, putting those practices into place, and it's all like, huh, interesting,
And it's fucked up too, because Alex Jones was the guy that warned us about all this shit, right?
Yeah.
But now he's on the side of it.
Now
he's cool with it because he's with them.
What they got to do what they got to do.
See, I knew Alex Jones was a sellout. As soon as he fucking jumped the Donald Trump train in the first election, I was like, oh man.
We had longer odds in 16 and longer odds in 24 than we got in 28. And President Trump will be the president of the United States, and the country needs him to be president of the United States. We have to finish what we started. And the way we finish it through Trump is a vehicle. I know this will drive you guys crazy, but he's a vehicle of divine providence. He's an instrument. He's very imperfect. He's not churchy, not particularly religious, but he's an instrument of divine will. And you can tell this of how he's pulled this off. We need him for at least one more term.
We need him. He's divine providence. He will be president. Just get used to it. Okay. Of course, them sounds like fighting words there, Steve.
It really does.
And just, reminding you how this has gone for tyrants in the past, not so good.
No. Yeah, I mean, if he's talking about we've got a plan to get around the 22nd Amendment,
we've got a plan to commit treason.
You could declare treason right now, but what's that going to do?
They don't care.
They don't care. They don't give a fuck.
They're going to move full steam ahead.
You motherfuckers don't give a shit. Anybody watching this out there that supports this? I know we got a few viewers that fucking, you fucking support this motherfucker and shit, but like, and you watch this occasionally and shit, but like, really? Can you fucking defend this kind of shit? I mean, really? I've got battle buddies that I know that watch this fucking show every once in a while. Can you defend this dog shit? Really?
People that I've seen who have said that it's going to be this side who does it And they're going to steal our First Amendment and our Second Amendment. Oh, by the way.
Oh, yeah. This
guess
administration
who's making a gun registry.
Yeah. The Trump administration. They got you by the balls. I'm on that list. He's on that list.
Well, yeah. Yeah, we're on the list. We just made the list.
We just made the list.
Right, and he'll get that in 28.
Yeah. So, listen, when we throw around the term Nazi, we're not just throwing that term around simply because we disagree with the politics, although we do.
Right.
It is because the same moves this guy is making, the same moves the administration
dog shit,
is making, is identical to that of the Nazi Reich.
Like,
all you need to do is watch a documentary. All you need to do is pick up a book and read it.
I mean, it's
identical.
Right. Except for throwing the Jews in the fucking camps.
Well, you know.
They're just doing that to all the brown people now.
I'm just kind of wondering how far away we actually are from that. And, and for anybody to get mad at me and say, oh, come on, or get in that headspace of, you know, what are you seriously suggesting that they might? Yes, I truly believe that they will take that next step eventually of just taking the people and
if they get
throwing them
total
into a
fucking
death camp.
control, you know, if they work their way around the 22nd Amendment, bro, are you kidding me?
I truly believe it.
Once they work around the 22nd Amendment, guess what, bro? All the fucking chains are off. They're not gonna fucking adhere to anything they don't want to.
I want you to remember that no bastard ever won war by dying for his country. He won it by making the other poor dumb bastard die for his country. My God, I actually pity those poor bastards we're going up against. By God, I do. We're not just going to shoot the bastards. We're going to cut out their living guts and use them to grease the treads of our tanks.
And remember, that guy was talking about the Nazis when he made that speech. Okay, so it's little historical context there for you.
Dude. Oh, man. The government could clip out the end of what we were just talking about there, that fucking story, and then sliding into this segment and be like, oh, they're threatening us.
Obviously they could. Obviously they could.
But I mean,
you know, there are videos out there though, of people getting visits from the FBI going, hey, so you were at this protest, and it's all like, whoa, okay.
Right.
Yeah, that's the direction we're going with it now, huh?
Exactly. I mean, they're clamping down on fucking speech everywhere.
Oh yeah. You post a meme, people get upset about it.
There's a guy who got fucking arrested for a meme. He's suing them now. You know?
But things may be getting a little hot around here before we know it.
Oh, yeah, because we're heading south. How about a war in our own hemisphere?
Awesome.
Better yet, how about a multinational war in the Western Hemisphere?
Even better.
Involving Mexico, Colombia, and Venezuela.
Oh, yeah, because that always works out going up against multiple nations at the same time.
Sounds a little insane, right?
It does.
Like what kind of douchebag starts a war against three nations, one of whom is armed with Russian S-400 anti-air systems in areas with dense urban and jungle environments?
I wonder what kind of idiot would do something like that.
Number one, there is no fentanyl.
Oh, yeah, but.
Right.
Sorry, I didn't want to.
Right. Now, we know how the last couple wars with the Terrys went, right? We ended up staying in 2 countries for 20 fucking years and for no good reason, and couldn't find any of the shit we claimed that they had, but he's going for it, right? The U.S. military is sending an aircraft carrier to the waters off South America And the Pentagon announced on Friday in the latest escalation of military firepower in a region where the Trump administration has unleashed more rapid strikes in recent days against boats it accuses of carrying drugs. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, or War Secretary, he's a War Secretary. Pete Hegseth ordered the USS General Ford and its strike group to deploy to the U.S. Southern Command region to bolster U.S. capacity to detect, monitor, and disrupt illicit actors and activities that compromise the safety and prosperity of the United States. The USS Ford, which has 5 destroyers in its strike group, is now deployed to the Mediterranean Sea. One of its destroyers is in the Arabian Sea, and then there is another in the Red Sea. But at least we've got sane voices like Rand Paul and Ron Paul.
Now, unfortunately, I missed putting in the video here of Donald Trump talking about going into a ground area.
Right.
Instead
Now we're going on. We're gonna have boots on the ground.
Let me go ahead and play
Venezuela.
this one, and then I'll try to find the video where he says we're probably going on the ground.
Number one, there is no fentanyl made in Venezuela. Not just a little bit, there's none being made in Venezuela.
Right.
These are outboard boats that, in order for them to get to Miami, would have to stop and refuel 20 times. They're in all likely going to Trinidad and Tobago, which is an island right off of the coast of Venezuela. So there's a lot of reasons to be worried about this. But number one is the broader principle of when can you kill people indiscriminately? When you're at war. That's why when we declare war, it's supposed to be done by Congress. It's supposed to be thoughtful. It's supposed to be debated. And we're not supposed to do it willy-nilly. And then when you have war, you just kill people in the war zone. And even then there are rules of engagement. But interdicting drugs has always been a criminal activity and a criminal anti-crime sort of activity where we don't just summarily execute people. We actually present evidence and convict them.
Right.
Okay. So and there was another part about that with Ron Paul where he was on the he has a show called The Liberty Report, right?
Right.
He
on
was talking,
YouTube.
and he was talking to his co-host about it, where they were making a very distinct factual statement here that most of it is coming from the Pacific, about 96% of it.
Right.
That again, Rand reiterated that when you're going over here to the Atlantic side of thing into the Caribbean, it's only going to an island only so far, and then they find a way to offload it from there. Most of it coming in through the land.
I actually looked it up on ChatGPT. Let me fucking I'm sure it's still saved in there too. Because I just wanted to have the information available, right? I asked it, here we go, legal drug sources, right? I got into like asking where does the majority of America's illegal drugs come from, right? And it's like, short answer, mostly Mexico. It used to be China, but now it's Mexico.
There it is.
And that includes fentanyl, synthetic opioids, meth, and heroin, and cocaine, right? And then I was like, okay, cool. And it was like, I can pull the most recent DEA and Unidoc figures in a one-page summary, right? And I said, and it's like, you want that? I'm like, yeah, sure, give me that. And it's like, okay, here's a one-page summary, right? Key points. In the Drug Enforcement Administration 2025 National Drug Threat Assessment, the agency states that the Mexican transnational criminal organizations are the primary producers and traffickers for synthetic opioids, which is fentanyl, and methamphetamines destined for the U.S. market, right? That's according to the DEA. Out of Congress, according to the Congressional Research Service August 2025 report, since approximately 2019, Mexico has reportedly replaced China as the main source of U.S.-bound illicit fentanyl. In 2025, the NDTA for cocaine, approximately 84% of domestic cocaine, and then it gets into how other countries like Colombia is where like a lot of the coke still comes from, right? Just like in the 70s, right? And then
like in the 70s,
and the CIA was bringing it here, right? And and then it gets into talking about like other countries that some of these drugs may pass through, like Venezuela. The drugs may pass through there, but but largely they fucking don't. Like Venezuela is doing fucking dick all in the drug game.
So basically what the president did now is just declare all these cartels as criminal terrorist organizations, which, you usually do if you want to start a war.
Yeah.
So here's the little clip I was talking about here.
Right now, President Trump is taking questions from reporters. He was asked about the alleged drug boat strikes. Let's take a listen.
We've been capturing them for years. It's not like, gee, let's capture one. We've been doing that for years. For 25 years, we've been doing it. Not at a level like we're doing it now. I mean, just with the hits we're hitting, but we have much more intensity than any administration's ever had. But we've been capturing these boats for years, and they get back into the system, and they do it again and again and again. And they don't fear that. They have no fear. The thing I can tell you right now, it's very hard to find any floating vessel right now on the Pacific or in the Gulf, and I would like to call it by its official name, the Gulf of America.
Mexico.
Another little triumph of the Trump administration. I said for years, I said, why do we call it the Gulf of Mexico? It's 93%. The shoreline is 93% ours. I never understood that, so I made that change. I never realized how easy that was going to be, other than, I guess, AP fought us in court, and the judge said, but that's
the rest of the world still calls it the Gulf of Mexico. It's like Japan. They don't call Japan, Japan. They call it Nippon. Germany, they don't call, if you go to Germany, they don't call Germany, Germany. They call it Deutschland.
Deutschland, yeah.
It's still the Gulf of fucking Mexico. Nobody gives a fuck what you fucking call it.
But see how he he completely went off the subject.
Right.
So he's
completely off subject.
He's on to the Gulf, talking about the Gulf and the name and
Wasn't
everything.
that awesome?
So you're kind of losing the plot here.
Right.
Let's get back to the question at hand about the drugs.
Why are you blowing up fishermen?
Why are you blowing up fishermen?
And actually, they were sort of semi-prohibited from even covering us after that. It was pretty amazing. But we have the Gulf of America, and there are very few boats, very, very few boats. Not even fishing boats, to be honest. I don't want to do that to the fishing industry, but it's been so effective. And our sea drugs, as they call them, they use the term sea drugs, the drugs coming in by sea, are like 5% of what they were a year ago, less than 5%. So now they're coming in by land, and even the land is concerned because I told them that's going to be next. The land is going to be next, and we may go to the Senate, we may go to the Congress and tell them about it.
We might tell them we're not going to make a declaration of war. We're just going to go in there and just kill people.
See, I don't think people actually listen to Donald Trump in his ramblings. You have to part a lot of shit, but eventually he gets to exactly what he means to say.
Exactly.
Which is, we're going on land next.
Right. We're going.
We'll go let the Senate.
We'll
go let the Senate and the Congress know.
We'll let them know.
But we're just that's all we're doing.
Yeah.
He has no plans on getting congressional approval, Senate approval, or any kind of approval,
right,
other than his own.
And
you know what that's called, right?
Fascist. That's a fascist. Tyrant. Dictator.
But I can't imagine they'd have any problem with it.
And I know people.
In
hold
fact,
on. And I
know,
know,
I'm sorry.
And I know people will be like, yeah. Patriot Act allows for shit like this, right? But it's so much more than just the Patriot Act at this point.
Oh, yeah. It goes way beyond
They don't give a fuck about the Patriot Act. They've got Project 2025.
They're going
That's the playbook they're running,
they're going
bro.
straight on, destroy the Constitution. You
all that shit on fucking roids,
You're not going to have a First Amendment. You're not going to have a Second Amendment. You're definitely not going to have a third or a fourth or a fifth.
You think you're safe.
Here, I think it's a good idea, Pete. You go to Congress, you tell them about it. What are they going to do? Say, gee, we don't want to stop drugs pouring in. They're killing 300,000 people a year. I think that's the real number, 300,000 people a year. So between that and my discussion with President Xi, I think we have never made progress like we've made. The sea drugs are almost dead.
Hold on. Remember, listen to him talk. He said, we talked to Xi about it, and it's just going great. Remember how I said, Xi's in his ear, Vlad's in his ear. These guys on the top, they're over, they're talking with him, and they're all like, hey, you know what you should do? Just blow up the drug boats.
Right. Like that.
Well, they don't even need to be drug boats.
It's
Just
that
blow
obvious.
them up.
It's that obvious. Just say they were drug boats.
You know, Vlad's over here going,
they're not providing any evidence. They're just saying they were drug boats.
Just arrest him.
Right. And then people will like use pictures of the boats and be like, oh, look at those big engines out here. Dude, they are not getting to fucking Florida. They're not getting to the coast.
Exactly.
I don't give a
getting
fuck.
nowhere near us. You know, they're going to an island that's right off the shore. I get it. I get
boats.
it. Yeah, sure. We want to stop drugs.
Right.
That flowing into our nation from the meanieheads over there in Mexico and Colombia and Venezuela. But, you know, killing innocent people in the process, not a really good idea to do that.
They blew up one boat that had 11 people on it. They blew up another boat that had 6 people on it. They blew up another boat that had like 4 or 5 people on it. You know, the funny thing is about these drug running boats is you don't want a bunch of fucking people on your fucking boat, because more people on your boat means less drugs. Less drugs means less money. Less money is bad for drug business.
Now, I have no doubts that maybe one of them was a drug boat.
Right.
But I think the majority of these strikes are on poor fishermen who are just out there trying to make a living.
I've heard people argue, oh, don't you know what a crew run boat is? Yeah, they're not doing that with fucking drug boats. You have a bunch of motherfuckers loaded on. You got one guy who takes it where it's supposed to go, and you got a bunch of motherfuckers waiting there to take it off.
Yeah. I don't know, man. This is you know,
It's
this
bullshit.
just seems
It's bullshit.
Okay, they're terrorist organizations, go after the terrorists.
Right.
And I just think that it's a bad idea, because now you're going to start a cross-border war that may actually spill out into the United States.
Starting this war over drugs is a fucking dumb fucking idea. It's a dumb fucking reason to start a fucking war.
It's been a long time since we fought here in good old US of A, and you know, it very well could wind up that we have to if you're going to start a war on this hemisphere.
That fast from the land. And the land drugs are much more dangerous for them. It's going to be much more dangerous. You'll be seeing that soon. So that's the way it is, yeah.
You'll be seeing that soon.
That's the way it is.
That's the way it is. Listen to the language again, Steve Bannon.
Yeah.
Remember, you should all just get used to the fact that Donnie's going to be your president in 2028. They're just telling you that's the way things are going to go, and there's nothing you can do about it. And if you think this is a good thing, you know, we can't be friends. I'm sorry. We just can't. I just can't. I can't do it anymore, you know? Okay, let me get this back up.
So
switch.
Speaking of war,
over here.
Ukraine. The Ukrainian army has struck Moscow. Ukraine has hit a Russian chemical plant inside Moscow with a Storm Shadow missile. So it's not like directly in the middle of Moscow. It's like kind of like on the outskirts, right?
They also hit some urban apartments there too. So you know,
like
Ukraine is not innocent in this war, and you know, in that way.
Right, calling the strike a successful hit that penetrated the Russian air defense system. Ukraine's General Staff of the Armed Forces said that they were still assessing the outcome of the massive strike. Hours later, Russia launched a heavy drone and missile attack on several Ukrainian regions. 6 people dead, including 2 children. The attack, goddamn fucking kids. The attack came the same day that UK Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer and other European leaders vowed to ramp up the pressure on Russia's economy and its defense industry until Russia's leader Vladimir Putin is ready to make peace. But he is already sanction-proofed himself. So, go ahead. I don't think that's going to fucking do it for him, you know?
I didn't have the picture up the whole time. I better have that. There you go, so you can see that, everybody. There you go. So that was one of the urban apartment buildings that got nailed by one of these storm shadows that came in. Yeah, so, you know, I'm probably going to expect to see Russia, you know, come back with more rocket attacks in Kiev.
Right.
because of this.
Gonna crank it up,
And
just
they're
a little
gonna,
bit
yeah,
more.
and it's just gonna keep getting
But
worse.
what do you
now?
expect?
Now, did you hear the fine man in Poland there? The representative from Poland to the UN basically tell Russia, if your planes or your drones come into our airspace, and we're going to shoot them down, and
No,
I don't
I
want to
didn't.
hear any bitching from you guys, any whining or crying. Don't ever let it happen again.
Yeah.
So even Poland is starting to wag the finger at Russia in a much more stern fashion. Yeah, so I don't know, man.
Don't you be attacking us.
And then, of course, the UK is all in with, like, yes, sons of bitches, starting wars and stuff.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know.
I think everybody's just starting to chomp the bit a little bit.
I think it's all, I think we're all just taking a big, deep breath before the real stuff goes.
Yeah.
Yes, science!
Those fucking aliens.
Our species is young and curious and brave. It shows much promise. In the last few millennia, we have made the most astonishing
Seriously,
and unexpected
aliens, if you're out there, if you're
discoveries
listening,
about the
please
cosmos
fucking
and
save
our
us
place within it.
from ourselves. Vulcans, land, give us logic, reason.
Oh, Mr. D&E, where did you come from?
Tide goes in, tide goes out. Never a
That's-
miscommunication. You can't explain that.
That's what we need. We need a violent evolutionary jump.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what we need. We need a violent evolutionary jump.
There we go.
That's what the species needs.
We need hooves.
I think we're just going to blow ourselves up first. But in the meantime, right? For the first time ever, right? We've been able to prove that some dinosaurs actually had hooves.
Wow. Seriously?
Yep.
Wait a second.
Yep.
Reptiles, cold-blooded creatures with hooves.
Yep.
Wow.
That's thanks to two remarkably well-preserved mummified dinosaurs that were retrieved from Wyoming's Badlands. The specimens are the duck-billed dinosaurs Edmontosaurus anacetens.
Figures it would be a fucking duck
The
bill,
the duck bill, right?
It's the duck
The
bill.
duck bill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it figures it would be something like that because remember, duck bill platypus, warm-blooded creature who lays
Right.
eggs. Weird.
Right. Thanks to that, to a fluke preservation event, they're near perfect 66 million years later.
Wow. See, that's incredible. See, if you get
near perfect
preservation or near perfect preservation, it's something special. And
That's
then be able
wild.
to, study
Right.
the actual anatomy of a creature millions and millions of years ago.
Known as clay templating. That's what they call it. The process essentially encased the dinosaurs shortly after burial with a mask of clay no thicker than 1/100th of an inch or about 0.3 millimeters. This is a mask, a template, a clay layer so thin you could just blow it away, according to the senior author Paul Serrano, PhD, professor of organismal biology and anatomy at U Chicago. In a statement, he said it was attracted to the outside of the carcass in a fluke event of preservation.
See, and that's also something I love about like science and discovery is occasionally you get these discoveries that are completely flukes,
Right.
random,
Right.
and you just get lucky.
Right.
So wonderful, absolutely wonderful work.
Yep. Using hospital and micro CT scans, thin sections of X-ray spectroscopy. God damn it. You know what I'm saying. Clay analyses and examination of the discovery site, a team of scientists were able to figure out how that fluke event played out. After death, the dinosaurs were briefly baked under the sun before a flash flood submerged their carcasses. A thin biofilm then covered the fleshy surface and electrostatically pulled clay out of the wet sediment, forming a wafer-thin layer that would preserve them in 3 dimensions. The result is 2 unprecedented specimens that have already provided a glut of dinosaur firsts. By combining the 2 mummies, a team of scientists have been able to reconstruct a complete fleshy profile for the Edmontonsaurus for the first time. It's a big step towards truly understanding what they looked like, but even more staggering discovery was found on the hind feet of the larger of the two mummies. There are so many amazing firsts preserved in these duck-billed mummies. The earliest hooves documented in a land vertebrate, the first confirmed hooved reptile, and the first hooved four-legged animal with different forelimb and hind limb postures.
Crazy ass animals that are no longer around anymore. See, this is the kind of stuff that, I wish you could go back into the past and then we could actually observe ourselves.
Right.
Because I would love to see what hooved dinosaurs would actually look like and how they would behave. And
that's
so weird. Man, that is so weird to think about. And of course, it's a fucking duckbill version of it.
Right.
They always have the
that
weirdest
makes sense.
Anatomy.
The duck bills are weird.
Duck bills are weird.
Yeah.
Seriously, man. Like, you guys out there who thinks that some sort of imaginary space monkey is out there, like, thinking these things up, it's all like, nah, it's just, no. None of us would ever think of something stupid like that. Nature is the only one who could come up with stupid shit like that, okay?
like, the evolutionary fucking journey on this fucking planet is so crazy. Like, I've watched a few documentaries, where they break down the entire fucking evolution story, as best they can for a documentary and shit. And it's so fucking wild. Like, the extinction events that have happened and why life's starting over numerous times.
Oh, yeah. Like we've been hit with a few extinction events here.
It's just wild.
So,
like, we're not the end,
No.
We're just
no,
in the next
no,
phase, bro.
No, we are definitely not the end, and we are definitely not the apex. That's for damn sure.
Cats are taking over. Yeah.
All right. I don't have a proper smoke break. I think we should just take a smoke break. Let the music take us a little bit here while I get a few things set up, because there's some things I want to talk to you about that kind of weave in with the political side that we just discussed.
Okay.
But I want you guys all to be properly chill for some of the shit that we're going to talk about, because, it's going to break your fucking brain. And while you fine folks are at it, why don't you go ahead, like this stream, whether you're watching us on Facebook, watching us on Twitch, or if you're watching us on YouTube, and then you share it. So you get a hold of your other friends on the social medias and you go, hey, I'm watching this badass show with these two awesome guys. Just talking about shit.
Just shit.
Having a good time. Chilling.
Yep. Just shit. Just let them know.
Hanging out. Playing Nintendo. Okie dokie here.
Let your parents know. Let the kids know.
We'll go to that one there.
Share it with everybody at church.
Now what we want to do.
Share it with your friends who watch football.
Turn off that music. And we'll turn this one on. With a big background as we talk about this stuff.
This is okay. There we go.
Yeah. So I hope you all had a little smoke or a little drink, or even if you're not, just, a little chill out session before we get into this. Because as you know, the Trump administration is moving full steam ahead with all this war with, like, Colombia, Venezuela, and damn script. Will you work for me? Hang tight. No, that's not the one I want. No, it doesn't even sound epic anymore, guys.
No, it does sound epic. It's okay.
Oh, come on now. Don't do this. Don't do this. We may need to just pop it up on the screen.
Pop it up.
Okay. That's what we're going to do.
Do it.
Hide it. Hide Okay. Here we go.
Okay.
And we'll just keep it up, and you guys can see the screen on there. All
Okay.
right. Anyways.
All right.
So,
here we go.
As the Trump regime moves full steam ahead for war with Colombia, Venezuela, Mexico, we here at the UR podcast, we're reminded of several wars that were started for just absurd bullshit reasons.
Right.
Imagine yourself, if you can.
Right.
You're a soldier, you know.
Right.
Being told that you have to deploy to fight in a war to determine the rightful owner of a bucket. Or maybe because your country lost the big football game. These are reasons why wars were started. And I'm not fucking joking. No. I don't think I'm going to be doing that.
I think I'll just sit right here.
From starting a war over a pastry shop to a full-scale conflict over a stray dog. Tonight, we're going to toss out the rule book of warfare. We're going to forget all we know about grand strategies, about ideological clashes, or fierce competition for resources. These are wars of pettiness, misunderstandings, and pure fucking stupidity. And I'm going to start off with one of the worst ones.
Okay.
The War of the Bucket.
War of the Bucket.
In the solemn dawn of history, wars have been waged for kings, for nations, for glory. But as I ready my armor, I prepare not for the defenses of castles or the liberation of cities, but for an object most curious and humble, a bucket.
A bucket.
Antonio Piero de Modena in 1325.
A bucket?
I have a few quotes from these guys who actually wrote about this, going, what the fuck am I doing? What are we doing here?
Oh, boy.
So now, the war actually started about 200 years before all of this. You see, the reign of Frederick Barbarossa, the Holy Roman Emperor, and Pope Alexander II were going on.
Okay.
The two were having a little bit of a pissing contest over who has the rightful authority over the other, the imperial or the papal authorities, leading to Frederick invading a number of pro-papal city-states in Italy. Eventually, they'd split into two factions. You got the Guelphs, who backed the Pope, and the Ghibellians, who supported the empire.
Okay. The Ghibellians.
Yeah.
And the Guelphs.
And the Guelphs.
This sounds like some fucking Lord of the Rings shit.
Doesn't it now? I recall ancient echoes of mighty battles, the stand of the 300 at Thermopylae, the heroism at Stamford Bridge, the resistance of the Iceni. Yet, in the rolling hills and heartlands of the Emilia-Romagna, the stakes are, well, distinctly domestic. My comrades, brave souls all, steel themselves for, not for conquest, but for the reclamation of a pale. Our generals speak of pride, of honor, of victory, invoking spirits of Caesar and Garibaldi. But beneath their stirring speeches, one can't help but wonder if this bucket was truly worth all the trouble. Same guy, Antonio Piero de Modena, 1325.
Fighting over a bucket.
Two rival Italian city-states, Modena and Bologna. They start sparring with one another across little cross-border raids, and things come to a head in about 1325 when the Modenians, or the Modena army, captured the Bolognese fortress. A group of soldiers from Modena snuck into the city center of Bologna and stole the city's water well bucket.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay. I see. I see now.
So, kick some ass.
Right.
Then sneak into the city and go, ha, I got your bucket, motherfucker. And then took off, right?
Okay.
So,
God damn it.
capture the flag.
Right.
The stakes are high.
Right.
So, naturally, this pissed off Bologna.
Right.
Right? They demanded the return of their bucket. Give us our fucking water pail back.
Right.
And Modenia's like, fuck you.
Right. Just build another one. Fuck you. Right.
So, naturally, the response is to declare all-out war. Right? That's what you do. Somebody steals your fucking bucket. You go and you kick that motherfucker's ass. So you gather all your allies.
Rape and pillage. Take everyone out.
Exactly.
Kill everybody.
Exactly. You gather all your allies and you march your army of 30,000 against the defending 7,000 of Slovenia, and you take your fucking bucket back. But
they marched 30,000 people. On 7,000, motherfucker.
On 7,000.
Holy shit.
You go take your fucking bucket back. But, you have to be pretty fucking incompetent to lose a battle with 30,000 against 7,000, right?
Right.
Believe it or not, the Modena actually managed to repel the invasion in a fucking rout.
What?
In a rout.
What?
They barely lost 200 people
God.
and wiped out 20,000.
Holy shit.
A peace treaty was signed shortly thereafter.
I bet there was. Holy fuck.
Wow, man. So they stole your fucking bucket and kicked your fucking ass.
Kicked 2/3 of your fucking forces.
And forced you to sign a peace treaty. Which, by the way, folks, I want to let you all know, the bucket remains to this day in the city of Modena, and their city government has clearly said they're not giving the bucket back.
Oh, shit.
You can actually go to that city and go see the bucket to this day. You can go to their national museum and look at the fucking bucket that they're going,
that is
still got your bucket, dickheads.
That is petty. Oh, shit.
So.
That is petty as fuck. That's awesome.
You know, when I signed up to defend my country, I imagined grand battles, glorious charges, maybe a rousing speech or two. I pictured myself standing shoulder to shoulder with my fellow men, facing down some redcoats, the French, maybe even chasing a band of pirates.
Right.
But never in my wildest dreams did I think I would be risking my life and limb over a pig. Lieutenant Joshua McLean, 1859.
Oh, my. This one.
Gotta get another joint for this one, folks.
More of the pig.
This is fucking as American as North American can get.
Right.
Light up, grab a drink, like the stream.
This is
share
a
it
U.S.
around.
fucking war.
Leave a comment. Let us know where you're listening. Where you're listening from. Okay. So, as with all the other great conflicts on this one, the reason is a little bit more complicated than just a pig, okay? You see, in 1846, the Oregon Treaty set the border between the United States and Canada at the 49th parallel, but the middle of the channel that separates the continent from the Vancouver Islands were not included in the treaty. So it became a little bit of an issue. There were two channels on either side, the Haro and the Rosario.
Right.
Both of these straits were on either side, and right in the middle were the San Juan Islands. Both sides claiming as their own territory. So the race for settlement was on.
Okay.
Both American and British Canadian settlers began colonizing the islands, and both sides considered the others to be there illegally.
Right.
Get out of here, you fucking immigrants, right?
Get out of here, Canadians.
Canadians, you damn
You
Canucks.
damn Canucks.
You and your maple syrup
Get
and
out of here
everything.
and your stupid hockey.
So in 1859, shit got real. And I mean real. When a pig owned by Charles Hudson from Canada began rooting around the farm of Thomas Cutler.
Uh-oh.
USA, baby. Apparently, this wasn't the first time the pig had been pestering Thomas Cutler's farm and eating his crops.
Right.
So he did the most American thing you could possibly do. He shot the fucking pig.
America.
Right? Walked right up there, pow, fucking shot the pig. Now, I don't know about you, but back home in Ohio, pig disputes usually end with a handshake and maybe a couple of bucks to smooth things over.
Right.
Here, oh no. This pig wasn't just any pig. This was the prized possession of Charles Griffin, a British employee of the Hudson's Bay Company.
That's a blue ribbon pig.
You'd think we'd invite them over for supper, maybe swap some stories about the best way to roast a hog, but instead, tempers flared, and just before you know it, words get to the British authorities, and the next thing I know, my captain is telling me to grab my rifle because we might be facing war over a damned pig.
Yep.
Lieutenant Joshua McLean, 1859.
Fucking way she goes, man.
You see, Charles was understandably pissed off. Got your pig shot, right?
Right.
It's my fucking hog.
My pig.
I demand satisfaction.
That's my pig.
So Thomas was like, all right, I'll give you $10.
$10?
$10? Hell no, this is prize pig, you son of a bitch.
Prize blue ribbon pig.
You motherfucker. Charles reported the matter to the British authorities, and they went to arrest Thomas. But Thomas split-skied. All right. He went and stayed at the Army fort commanded by Captain George Pickett.
Right.
Yes, that Captain George Pickett of the United States Civil War fame.
Oh, okay.
So this motherfucker ran over to the Army fort and went, fuck you, come and get me. So in response, the British sent 3 warships to the islands.
Holy shit. Over a fucking pig.
Over a pig. Now,
God.
no one was going to back down, right? Because we're fucking the United States.
Right.
We're all like, fuck you, asshole.
Fuck you,
we're
Brits.
here.
All right, we'll kick your ass again.
And a buildup of military forces began with both sides preparing for all-out war. About 1,000 men and 5 warships for the Brits, about 600 men and 10 cannons for the Americans. They both dug in, and they were ready to go get it done.
Can we just compensate the man?
No, $10. $10, man.
$10.
That's it. That's all you're fucking getting.
Like, fuck you.
That's it.
He's like, no, fuck you.
So shit's about ready to go down, right?
Oh my God.
But things calmed down because British Rear Admiral Robert L. Bain showed up.
Okay.
And he kind of pulled the groups together and he goes, I want you guys to realize we're about to start a war over 2 major powers because of a pig.
Right.
And we need to stop this nonsense right now. So he did what he did best. He calmed things down. And a treaty was worked out to reduce the number of soldiers on the islands. And in 1872, Kaiser Wilhelm helped negotiate a treaty that established the islands as American territory.
Right.
Okay. So we got the islands, but Charles never got compensated for his pig.
Oh, shit. Well, that sucks.
Which is not fair.
Right. It's not fair at all.
Not fair at all.
Like, we weren't going to start a war over a fucking
Frankie,
pig.
go lay down, girl.
Okay.
Go lay down.
Jesus.
Well, here I am, a chill in the wind, whistling over the border. They say a soldier's life is full of surprises, but no one ever mentioned that one day I'd be fighting over a dog.
Hey, I understand that. I'd start a war for my dog.
Costas Poplitus, 1925.
I'd start a war for a dog.
So again, same thing as always. Tensions between Greece and Bulgaria a little bit high in 1925. They were allies in the Balkan League, rivals in the First World War, but after kicking some Ottoman ass, they decided to have a little pissing match between the two of them over some sliver of territory. So all this runs a little bit deeper than just this one thing.
Right.
The two countries had some minor border skirmishes until about October of 1925, when in the town of Petric, a Greek soldier brought his dog to the Greek military encampment, which was just a stone's throw away from the Bulgarian post right across the border.
Okay.
Now, no one is sure why the dog started running across the border.
That's what dogs do.
But the dog ran.
Probably saw a squirrel.
Probably saw a squirrel.
Probably saw a squirrel. A bird. Who knows?
So the dog runs across the border. The Greek soldier freaks out because his dog is running across the border. He runs across to get his dog.
Uh-oh.
The Bulgarian troops see an enemy soldier crossing the line.
Uh-oh.
They open fire and they kill him.
Oh, shit.
Of course, the
Right.
Greeks went, son of a bitch, it's on, and returned fire.
Shit.
Over a dog.
Yeah.
What do you tell your family? Dear mother, I may be late for dinner. There's been trouble at work involving a poodle.
Fucking way she goes.
Costas Papatus, 1925.
Oh, shit. Fucking way she goes, man. Yeah. Sometimes she goes, sometimes she doesn't. This time she didn't go. Fucking way she goes. I don't know what to tell you.
This is exactly. You don't know what to
Fucking-
say. You gotta go,
Right.
man. It's
Fucking way she goes.
It's the way she goes. It's all
way
like,
she
no, this is over a dog. It's over a pig.
Yeah.
It's what the fuck over a bucket.
Yeah.
So
Way
as
she
you
goes.
as you would expect, this
Duh.
set off a little bit of a diplomatic crisis. You see, the Bulgarians, to their credit, urged calm and suggested this was just a complete misunderstanding. Sorry we killed your guy. We apologize. Total misunderstanding. Let bygones be bygones. We're sorry. You know, we'll compensate you. You know, we'll make good to the family. The Bulgarians went out of their way to chill. Right. The Greeks, not so chill. They accused the Bulgarians of entering Greek territory and killed their sentry at his post.
Oh, shit.
They then demanded reparations and a public punishment for those responsible. Bulgaria said, fuck that. The Greeks said, well, fuck you. And then the two nations had a spat where 50 civilians were killed and a few hundred troops on both sides.
Right.
Then the Balkan League stepped in a few days later and said, listen, enough of this shit.
Right.
Stop.
Right.
Quit being children. Greece, you fucked up. You have to pay reparations. Apologize to Bulgaria.
Yeah. All over a dog.
All over a dog. Speaking of dogs, Frankie, go lay down.
Anybody, will they get the dog? What happened to the dog?
No one knows.
No one knows.
To this day,
The dog just ran off.
no one knows.
Dog's like, I'm out of here. Maybe that's why the dog was just like, yeah, I'm out of here. Just left.
Frankie, go lay down. Last week, I watched the match.
Uh-huh.
Today, I'm fighting because we lost. Has the world gone mad? Private Miguel Alvarez Carlo, Honduras, 1969. We're going to cap it with one of the dumbest fucking reasons to go to war. Over a goddamn football game.
Okay.
You can see the common thread in all these little wars. Pissing, bitching, moaning about other things.
Right.
And then fighting over the pettiest reasons. This one, not really all that different. Honduras and El Salvador, each at each other's throats for quite some time. And in 1969, El Salvador had a population of about 3 million in this tiny little space, a little bit larger than Rhode Island. Most of the land concentrated into the hands of the wealthy elites. Honduras, in contrast, had a little less population, about the same, about 2.7 million, in a country the size of Ohio. A lot of land to use, and of course, you know, the regular people could have that land.
Right.
So some El Salvadorian farmers illegally entered Honduras and just set up shop.
Uh-oh.
Czar land now. We fucking own it.
Never good.
Of course, the Hondurans, not too pleased about this.
Right.
And of course, they sent in the military to crack the damn immigrants and that were taking their jobs.
Get out of here, immigrants.
But this led to red-hot anti-Salvadorian sentiment with soccer matches being the outlet for a lot of this built-up resentment. So
Okay.
in 1969,
That's healthy.
the two I know, totally healthy, right? In the
That's
worst
completely
possible
healthy.
way.
That's healthy.
So in 1969, the two teams faced off in a 3-game round robin to determine who would rep Central America in the World Cup.
Okay.
Each nation
Sounds good.
won a game,
Okay.
leading to the crucial Game 3 held in Mexico City.
All right.
At the end of the second half, the score was tied 2-2.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
That sounds
right?
epic.
Right? 11 minutes into extra time, El Salvador scored and won the right to play in the World Cup. Goal! El Salvador going to the
Right.
World Cup.
That's awesome.
Then clashes.
Oh.
El Salvador and Honduran citizens became violent with each other hours after the game.
Jesus.
Honduras broke diplomatic relations with El Salvador. And on July the 14th of 1969, El Salvador launched an incursion into Honduras. Full-on military incursion. El Salvador, for a few days there, kicking the shit out of Honduras. They were starting to gain traction. They were pushing deeper in. They were we're coming for you, motherfuckers. And then they ran out of gas and ammo. So they got stuck.
Wow.
Dug in. And then the Honduras Air Force came in and went...
Just blew him up. Right.
Wrecked their shit. The El Salvadorian military had to limp back to El Salvador.
Right.
And eventually, both nations were forced to the negotiating table, with El Salvador being told to leave Honduras.
Right.
The conflict killed 6,000 soldiers,
Jesus,
a few thousand civilians, and displaced tens of thousands.
All over a fucking football game.
All over a fucking football game, a soccer match. But you know what the bitch about all that was?
Huh.
Is you'll notice at the end of all these stories, we don't know what happened to the dog. They
Right.
still have the bucket.
Right.
He didn't get compensated for the pig, and El Salvador didn't win a single fucking match at the World Cup and were eliminated in 3 straight games.
Wow, that sucks. Well, at least they made it. At least they got there. Oh, shit.
So, folks,
I mean, fucking way she goes. You know? Sometimes she goes.
While you're out here,
sometimes she doesn't.
Cheering the destruction of Venezuelan fishing boats.
Fucking way she goes.
Hooting and hollering for a ground war in Mexico to get them damn cartels.
Yeah.
Just realize how stupid all of this shit is.
Yeah.
Should we be putting our energy and effort into something a little bit more productive? Maybe educating our society?
Right.
Maybe making it so people can actually have families within these countries, within our own country. And, I don't know, maybe sharing the wealth a little bit. Or we could just throw down over
I mean,